This is where my brain's at. I check out the 2023 commitment list every day to make sure that I'm on top of it. Nobody slips by me. And I saw Malachi Singleton last night when I looked at the list and thought, got to ask Ty about Malachi Singleton. Totally forgot. Glad you brought him up. Anything else on him? 6'1", 235 out of Georgia. People pretty high on him. The 247 Sports, the composite and their individual rankings, not available, nothing. I'm sure they'll catch up with that at some point. Oh, I'm sorry. 247's got him ranked 17th rated quarterback in the country, number 19 in Georgia. Overall player, top 200 player. No composite ranking on him right now.
Well, they have him as a they have him as a 0.88 3-star composite, but they don't have him for whatever reason. He's got NA under his name on all those, on Georgia rank, quarterback rank, and national rank, which is I don't know, that's puzzling to me. He's been one of, I don't want to say mysterious because we've known about him for a while, but it just kind of depends on who you talk to. But most people are really high on him and think that he's pretty underrated. Yeah, his 247 composite is a 3-star. I think it's Rivals who has him as their 3-star, and I think that's where that's coming from, I believe. I'll be honest. For anyone who watches this and who works with Rivals, and I know a couple of people that have used to work with Rivals or currently does, whether it's another team, whatever. I don't mean this as any sign of disrespect. I just don't look at Rivals very much. It's mostly 247 Sports, if I'm being honest. But 247 Sports does have him rated as a 91 overall 4-star. They have him as 192 national prospect, number 17 quarterback, and the top 20 player out of Georgia, which is saying something. I had the privilege of having Otis Kirk on, who's a contributor to Hogville.net. He also does Pig Trail Nation on Sundays. Pretty well-known guy around these parts as a writer, longtime writer. He's really big on Malachi Singleton, really big on the guy. And several other people I've talked to have said the same thing. Like, they think he's probably, even though 247 has him as a 4-star, he might be one of the more underrated prospects in this class. Now, I've been hearing that since long before, Arkansas, made his cut, before Arkansas really, made that list. And the more I read about him, the more highlights I saw, the more like quotes that were made here and there and articles written, the more I really liked the kid. And I remember thinking, like, look, I realized they were in play for some other good quarterbacks. Malachi is someone I circled on my list months ago. And I'm really happy they picked up his commitment. I'm hoping they can get him to sign in December, which I'm, at this point in time, I feel very, very confident that he will not decommit and he will sign with Arkansas come December. So, yeah, the future's bright there with someone like that. I like him a lot. Again, he's 6'1", about 225, 230, somewhere in there. Watch his highlight film if you guys haven't. He looks faster than he is. Or he is as fast as he looks, but it's, he for someone who's 6'1", 225, he's built like a linebacker or a tall running back. He looks like someone who you would not want to make contact with on the field, and then he can throw the ball all over the field. He's got great deep ball placement. I had the privilege also of having Stephen Hamner from QB Spotlight. Shout out to him. I think you've had him on your show before. Really good at what he does. He has a video breaking down Malachi, and he just kept bragging on Malachi. Before, he and I kind of talk a little bit here and there. He was really big on Malachi Singleton. So I think it's just depending on who you listen to, where you watch, and what articles you read. I think most people are really big on him. Include me in that bunch. I'm really high on Malachi. I think this was a great get for the Razorbacks.
For you folks out there that don't necessarily follow the recruiting rankings, or more so the metrics of the rankings, what Ty's saying here is there's a huge disparity between 247's evaluation and Rivals and or ESPN's, because after you get past player like 35, it's typically about 35 5-stars. Then you go into the 4-stars and you got a range of about 300 players plus, because if you go to let's say ESPN or 247 Sports top 300 players, they're still in the 4 stars. So the 4 stars go off the board after 300. So they go into the 400s. And if he's at 192, he is a pretty high 4-star according to 247 Sports. So for that composite to weigh him down to a 3-star, there's a huge disparity, and somebody needs to get their act together in that evaluation.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like you said, I don't know the exact number of 4 stars. It varies from class to class, but I think that sounds right. What you said, what was it? 3 to 400 or whatever it is. You got to realize
the 247 Sports top 300, that last player is always going to be a 4-star, and it keeps going quite a ways after that.
So when you consider there are thousands of prospects every year, and that's pretty special. That's a pretty special place to be. Not that they're always right, and then there's always and your viewers know this, there's always that possibility where that player's strengths, his, what makes him great doesn't always translate at whatever place they go to. That's always a possibility, but this kid will fit. He fits the Kendall Briles veer and shoot offense, who, by the way, he's still here. Kendall's still here. Sounds like he wants to be here for a while. And even if Kendall were to take another gig after this year, which is possible, it's hard to keep guys these days beyond 2 to 3 years. I feel pretty confident they're going to go out and find another RPO offensive coordinator who will fit what Malachi does. So, yeah, they're in really good shape here with him. And of course, like I said, you still got Hornsby and you've got these other 2 quarterbacks to transfer. So I think the future's looking pretty good with Arkansas with these quarterbacks.